This is a Murder Seat broadcast. Code Red, here we are. Pick up your iPads, your cell phones, and have me and listen to Uncle the Podcast. Watch out. If you're sitting down for this, or if you're standing up, you better get ready for this, because it's gonna hit the eardrums. Uncle the Podcast.
You are listening to Uncle the Podcast. My name is Aaron. I'm the nephew-in-law. Here with me is the star of the show, Uncle.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I just lost what number I'm on.
176.
176 is our number for tonight.
Pretty good number. We're there. Not live on Ocelli.com tonight.
Once again on this Friday.
Usually we are.
Yeah, usually, but not this time. Again.
Show will be premiering Friday night on Ocelli.com, 11 p.m. Eastern, as usual. And next Friday, which will be May 1st, we'll be back doing a live show, Uncle.
Hey, you know something? 2 days after my birthday. Before my birthday.
Oh, there we go. Well, how appropriate.
Yeah.
It's a special day. We'll be there. We'll be back. So call in next Friday, live on Ocelli.com. But in lieu of that, you can pick up the podcast at, usually UncleThePodcast.com, but the website is down due to COVID-19 infection.
Is this down, put the machine down, too, that we can't do it?
The website is still down. I have not gone around to fixing it. I will eventually, but at the moment, UncleThePodcast.com is having technical difficulties. Sorry.
Better get that going before the live show.
It was really odd. It kind of came out of nowhere. I don't know what. I'll have to figure it out. So we'll figure that out. So that's something to work on.
Before the Friday night when we do have a live show.
Exactly.
I mean, you got to be on top of that.
No website, but the podcast continues. I mean, if you're subscribing on whatever you subscribe with, it's still there, Apple Podcasts and all that.
It will still podcast?
Yeah, the podcast is still out there on all the podcatchers. It's just the website isn't up. That's no big deal. So you can keep listening to the podcast.
I didn't know if that would affect the people because of that.
It's not that big a deal. I think a lot of podcasts don't even have websites, Uncle. I don't know if certainly not all of them do. I think some of them just do social media, and then that's it.
Oh, well. I knew there's a pathetic and a problem here because we're not been working for. Geez, I don't even remember how long when I went into work.
Yes, you've been
It's
off.
that long. I lost track. I don't even know.
Everybody's kind of losing track of time. Time has no meaning anymore. It's a strange, weird state that we're all in, whether we're working or not working.
And now, what I understand, it's up to the governors, not the president, because they're saying now, I heard the thing today, now we might as well go back to it, about that they don't even know when it gets going back to normal.
It's a state-by-state thing.
Yeah, it's state by state, but we have got checked out. Me and you got checked out. And then,
yes, we should talk about that.
But not your wife.
No.
Now, she's going to have to sometime.
Well, maybe not. What Uncle's saying is that he and I and Uncle's sister, my mother-in-law, all went to a COVID-19 test site the other day where we were tested.
Right.
Yesterday, in fact.
Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
No, it was Tuesday.
Tuesday. As we're recording today, it was yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Today's Wednesday. We went in the car out by the airport here in Riverside, and we did the drive-up testing thing.
Yeah, but that is really simple. All you do is they put it up your nose, and that's a test. I mean, it's so simple.
Pretty easy.
I mean, your wife wouldn't be scared of doing that. The only thing that scares her is a little bit of blood.
She cannot.
You should know that, the blood.
Doesn't like giving blood.
I just don't understand it.
I could care less. I don't mind giving blood.
It doesn't affect me. Just pinch and you're done.
Doesn't bother me at all. It's slightly uncomfortable, but it's not even that bad. It's like, whatever.
A little bit uncomfortable.
To me, the COVID-19 test is more uncomfortable than giving blood.
They're putting up the nose?
Yeah, shoving that cotton swab thing up back.
But it
way back
felt
in there.
like it was it didn't feel like it was all the way up, and it felt like a little brush on the end.
It was okay.
It felt like a little brush to me. Now, I don't know about you, but to me, it was like a little brush.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. So it wasn't too bad. It's quick. They just get it in there, they pull it out, and then we're still waiting on the test results. We have to wait. They tell us 7 to 10 days, so we'll see if we're positive or negative. I'm assuming we're going to be negative.
We're going to be negative because I don't know about you because you've been out in the public of being negative or positive. Yeah. But us, we haven't been out. Yeah, I'm just saying.
There's a lot of talk on the news, and everybody's talking about it like it's the most infectious thing that's ever hit the planet.
Yeah.
But at this, you got to realize not everybody's going to get it just because everybody's talking about it. So even me dealing with...
They'll clump the people out at your work.
Yeah.
Is what I'm talking about.
Lots of people. I see a lot more people than ever.
How do you know how many people and them people have gotten it, had it?
I have no idea.
That's the point.
I've probably come into contact with somebody who has had it. I wouldn't know who it was. But
that's my point.
But even with that, doesn't mean that I'm going to get it from them.
No.
It just means that I saw them, I talked to them, whatever. Doesn't mean I'm going to get the virus.
But they say you got to stay 6 feet away.
You're
6
supposed
feet away.
to.
You go 6 feet away where you're working. You can do like this and work. Say, excuse me, I'll work, but I have to do this because of the virus. But that for funny at work, though, won't it?
Sometimes that works. Sometimes that doesn't work.
I just was wondering how that would work.
It doesn't really. It's just a nice idea in theory. A lot of things sound good on paper. And when you get there in the real world, things change a bit. Whatever. I'm fine. I'm not scared. I'm not worried. I'm guessing test results are going to be negative. So whatever. Mm-hmm. Even if they're positive, I actually wish they would be positive, to be honest.
Well, to get you days off.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah, get paid time off. So.
But though you have to, then if you were, just to say, if you were, you'd have to be in the room alone. Not with wife.
Also,
she'll have to be out of the room.
Also, not a problem.
Well,
I can handle that. I can be by myself in a room, and I will be just fine. Thank you very much. I can stay there for 2 weeks quite easily.
But there was somebody that did have it. One of her friends, I understood.
One of my wife's friends?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like the significant other of a friend had gotten it for sure. Yeah, and a bad case of it. I mean, nobody wants a bad case of it.
Not bad case. It's not what I'm saying. But.
It was definitely. I mean, it wasn't. I don't think they had to go to the hospital over it, but it was just like being really sick, which is nobody likes being really sick, so nobody wants that.
No.
And I mean, but a lot of people, there's actually. Nobody really knows much about this at all is the thing. And there's a lot of stuff coming out where people are saying that it's likely that the virus is more prevalent than they think, and therefore it's actually less deadly. So there's more people that have it, and therefore the amount of people who have it compared to the amount of people who really have it serious and die, it's not as dangerous as they initially thought, if that's the case.
I've heard it was about 80. Well, from what the governor was saying today.
Yeah, well, I mean...
not that much.
Maybe. Again, nobody really knows anything still. We're still just making stuff up as we go along. It's okay. I mean, I don't know. We're fine. I'm not worried at all, really. I'm just worried about what's going to happen on the other end and trying to go back to normal, whatever that even means in the first place.
Well, I don't even know where I'll start and begin again. I mean... Since I've been off this long, I said, okay, back to work. Where do I go? It's like saying.
That's pretty much everybody. Nobody knows. Nobody knows if they'll have a job, or a lot of people don't know if they'll have a job. The ones that do don't know if the way that they do it is going to change. Maybe they're going to keep working from home just because. Hey, why not?
This, and on top of it, this has been my first new job that I've gotten for... I got away from Chapman, and now I'm back with this doing my old job for 19 years, or for what I've been doing, and I haven't done anything. Since
You
this
haven't done anything
since this been happening.
Well, of course, yeah. We know that. We know that nothing's been happening since this.
And then no transportation, so they're not giving it. So we can't do it.
Fine. Everybody needs a rest anyway. Just
we
take
had
a break.
Good long rest.
Take a break, everybody. Use those stimulus monies. Don't waste it. Just use it to pay rent. Everything will be fine.
I had $1,200 on my bill. How much you get from the government?
I want to say we got that same amount between the two of us, my wife and I think is what we got. That amount for both of us.
Same?
I don't recall for certain. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. Well,
money
would, because they said that they'd give it out some money. So.
But there's been all sorts of other stuff happening. I mean,
I couldn't even. I'll tell you, I couldn't even get my bottles exchanged yet, and I've got a load of them coming.
I get the feeling that the recycling place is not open.
Oh, I'm definitely no.
I doubt
for
it.
Sure. And those poor people, definitely won't be open. I'm sure of it.
I doubt it. There might be some place. I wonder if those grocery store automated places are open, but maybe not.
Well,
I feel like they need.
They might be, but not to the big machine that I like to go to.
Don't those ones at the grocery store still have an attendant, though? I think they do.
They might have. They still may be able to do it, but of course, as much as I've got, it wouldn't be worth it. I mean, I've stacked so much of it that it would take me all day to do that kind of machinery. And then you have to go into the store to get the money.
Yeah.
That's how you work that.
Yeah, exactly. The grocery store recycling setups, that's how they work. I don't know if Cash for Cans is open or not. Maybe not. I'm not sure. We could look into that. I don't know. We'll see.
Go down and see if the gate's open. It won't hurt. You just go look and see, and if it isn't, we'll just come back.
Again, any given day, it's kind of hard to go do something because you got to take the kids to school like almost all day.
Well, not
that hard.
Not at this point. At this point,
yes, at this point,
they're staying at home.
Yeah,
now,
and we're doing their school.
Well, yeah,
that takes
you are doing all the schoolwork.
That
with
takes
them.
That takes a large portion of the day.
That takes almost all of the day.
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty much.
Paying up, I got myself a haircut. I better squeeze that in there.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's not that bad. It's not that tough, but it does just take up quite a bit of time. It's no big deal, really, but it's just a time taker upper, and the cans can wait. I think
that's what I said. Well, I don't need that much. What do I need cash for now at this point?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't need cash. What would I need cash for?
Get a bunch when it's over. That'll be good. It'll be really good.
Yeah.
Be a COVID-19 nest egg.
That's exactly what it is. That's what I'm thinking it is. That's what I'm putting my point to.
It's a mess. A mess egg is what it is right now on the side of the house. It's a big mess.
Well, yes, of course. I can't move. Hey, we're stuck. It's like a puzzle, like a chess puzzle. Mm-hmm. All right, next move. I can't move. We can't go nowhere.
Well, it's just
Get my point?
A bunch of garbage. It's no big deal.
That isn't. It's just bunched with bags.
Yeah.
I'm putting it in as close as put
it's
bags.
Just trash. It's just trash on the side of the house. I mean, no big deal.
Trash. It costs money trash, though.
Yes, it's valuable trash.
Valuable trash. Get cash for money out of cash instead of have to go into the bank.
One man's trash
boom,
is another man's ATM.
Well,
that's what they say.
Yeah.
I've heard that 1,000,000 times over. It's as true now as it ever was. So we're going to make that money out of these cans and bottles.
Well, I know. Well, you are helping out.
Other trash.
With the neighbors are helping out, giving and dropping beer cans.
Yeah.
You guys were drinking beer.
Drinking beers, yeah.
Drinking bottled beer.
We're drinking
and all
beer.
This kind of stuff. You're collecting it.
We've been eating well. We've been eating well.
Well, eating well and drinking beer and
things are good.
Putting it on the side. So
things are
don't
fine.
complain about me.
I'm not.
And notice Nana's not complaining now.
About the cans?
Yeah, because she can't say nothing.
Because you can't go.
Can't go.
Here I am. I'm complaining. This is something new.
You're complaining. That's unusual.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to complain around here. Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
What kind of operation are we running if nobody's complaining? It's a problem. But yeah, we're here podcasting. This is a real deal podcast because we're not live.
No.
Going to be premiering this again on Friday night. We hope people are in the chat room.
There'll be people in the chat room because I know you'll listen to them.
Yeah, they have been.
They've been, so I know they've been listening. But I've had a story to talk about. Into that, I had a show about. I was watching earlier.
Are you talking about a television show that you were watching?
Television show.
Okay.
I'm reviewing.
You're reviewing it right now.
Reviewing.
Okay.
This
TV review.
TV review.
Here it
and
comes.
having the president, the Washington president house got blown apart.
Oh, sure. The White House.
White House. This movie was for people who were coming in. Well, actually, they were coming down on a plane.
Uh-huh.
Everybody was coming in, even what they call them, when they go in.
Citizenry?
The citizens were in, and then the bad people mixed in with them.
The bad people just, okay.
And started shooting away.
Oh, I see.
I'm shooting the whole line. But by the time they hit the
This is in D.C. at the White House?
Right.
Okay.
Heading right into the gate.
Pennsylvania Avenue.
It is?
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Well, it went right into the White House.
Look out.
And blew out all the people. And before they knew it, the president was captured, and they went back to his spot. What was that? They got a new spot, you know.
The Oval Office?
The Oval Office was blown out.
Oh. So they took him away to some other spot, some undisclosed location.
Undisclosed location in this one area.
Okay.
But what they didn't know, in this little hole that they were in, that there were more of them kind of people, and they caught all his cabinet.
Oh, really? They were all there?
They were all there because they were disguised.
They were disguised. Okay.
Mixed in. You know how they were mixed in when there was an investigation, but
they're mixed in specifically on purpose so that they wouldn't be seen.
Correct.
Okay.
And it was like they had that. They had the people. They had.
Is this a movie or a TV show? What is this thing?
This is a TV show.
It's a TV show,
but it's on.
Is it a series where this continues the same story, or is it just one episode?
One episode.
Okay.
This isn't a continuation. No. This is not a continuation.
Is this Walker, Texas Ranger?
No.
Knight Rider.
No, it was just one of these investigation
Dallas.
No, the guy that played the black guy that played Batman.
The black guy that played Batman?
Michael
Keaton?
No, not Batman. The man that helped him.
Robin?
No. Yeah, the
guy who helped him.
Well, they first of all, they all got in this room.
Okay.
And
Batman did?
No. Now back to the movie.
Okay.
Show.
The president and Batman and a bunch of the cabinet.
Batman in this movie.
The cabinet in disguise.
The cabinet was closed up. They were in this sign room. Closed up. We know how when they get attacked.
So the cabinet was closed.
When they get attacked, they rush them into this area, into this room.
Okay, sure. Of course they do.
I didn't realize this though when I was watching this show.
Uh-huh.
And they hide the president.
Okay. In a cabinet.
Okay. Now
that's closed.
That is closed.
Okay.
But at the meantime, they don't know if it was dead or alive at this time.
You talking about the president?
The president at this time.
They know if he's dead. Who's they?
The people that got out, or that were out of the House,
The cabinet people.
the cabinet people.
So like the Secretary of State.
Take the state,
Secretary of State, and maybe the Vice President
and
was
the
like,
House of Representatives.
oh, really?
The man that was the head of them became the president.
The Speaker of the House.
Speaker of the House.
Okay, so Newt Gingrich.
Yeah, no, it's the
So Newt Gingrich becomes the president in this.
Newt Gingrich.
Yeah, the Speaker of the House.
Well, yeah, if you put it
Was
in
this
that
was
perspective.
this show
But
during that era when he was the Speaker of the House?
no.
Oh,
There was one of this black guy's name. I don't know what he was called, but he's a good actor, and he
okay.
became that person.
He became the president,
Yeah.
and he was
He
previously
was
the
the
Speaker
House,
of the House. Yeah,
Speaker of the
gotcha.
House, and became
Okay,
the
yeah,
president
yeah.
because they didn't know at the time if the president was dead or alive.
We're bringing us back to the Constitution and all
Right.
the little rules that
Right.
apply when
Exactly.
something happens at president.
This is what was going on.
I hear you.
And so then when they found out, there was one guy that got into the White House, knocked out some guys to get into the front door.
Trump?
No, not Trump.
That sounds like what he did.
No.
He knocked out a bunch of guys. Jeb Bush, remember what he did to him? Remember Little Marco? He really walloped him good in those debates.
Oh.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, now.
Donald, okay, so Donald Trump is in there.
Yeah.
What's he do?
He's over it. He's chapped up with the guy and the big man that's taken over the house, the White House.
The big
right
man?
now is the guy that's running it.
John Candy.
I don't know what his name was, but he was he wasn't a United States man. He was
from
the other country.
He was from somewhere else. Okay.
Right. And they all came into the house.
And we're talking about the House of Representatives on Capitol Hill? You're talking
Yeah.
about? Okay, so
The
we're talking
Capitol
about
Hill.
the Capitol building
The
now.
Capitol building.
Okay, so the White House is gone. They're in the Capitol. They're in the House of Representatives. The Speaker of the House is the president. What else is happening in there?
We got an interview here.
It's okay.
Well, you can listen on my show.
we got Peeker in there. Okay, so Newt Gingrich is the president. Trump got in there. That's on Capitol Hill. The cabinet is shut. What else? The White House is blown up. The White House blew up.
Oh,
The
wait
guy
a minute,
from
wait a
another
minute.
place.
No, wait a minute.
There's a guy from
There was
another
a
place.
plane. There was a plane going all over the sky,
Okay.
shooting everybody.
Shooting.
Yeah, shot
Okay.
everything out. Here comes this one plane shooting away. There was these two things driving this
An A-10 Warthog.
plane.
Yeah.
They were running around, big machine gun.
Yeah, it has
Come
huge machine
out,
guns.
Come
Yeah.
out, start shooting the people.
Okay, sure.
Out. This is outside.
Uh-huh.
Shooting them all over the place.
Okay.
All right, they're all getting bombed down, and on the shooting.
Is this in
on.
Washington D.C. too?
This is in Washington D.C.
Okay,
And this
okay.
plane, and we have our helicopters. Okay, now
An Apache helicopter?
these helicopters coming down.
Okay.
They're telling themselves, "Well, we got to use a torpedo."
Okay.
You know how they shoot them.
Yeah.
Well, then they have to shoot out their torpedo out
At the airplane.
at the airplane, and
Okay.
boom, and then there goes the plane, and boom, the whole fly right into the front of the Capitol.
Oh, and so now
the-
it crashes into the Capitol,
It is gone.
and the Capitol is burned up.
It burned up.
It's
Well,
with the White House
no,
now.
it didn't burn up. I mean, the
There was
the
a crash
plane-
on it.
The plane burned up and fire and
crashes into the Capitol.
into the grass.
Okay, sure,
Not-
of course.
I can't do my show.
Okay.
Open the door.
Onward. Am I recording? Okay, yeah. Here we go.
So here we are. We've gotten this blown out and this down on the floor. Okay, they're on the ground. So, in the meantime, this other guy.
Uncle, did you know that behind the Capitol, if you look at it topographically on a map, the little driveways there in the back of the Capitol building where there's that set of steps you can go in, it looks like an owl.
It does?
Yes, it does. I'll have to show you sometime. It's very interesting.
I haven't noticed it.
Yeah, the little roads they did in the form of an owl, and it's like sitting on top of like a pyramid shape. It's very strange. But anyway, what's going on now?
We had this one guy. Now, there's also a hero sometimes in these movies.
Oh, like Superman.
Well, Superman, the main person that gets everybody
Hercules.
out and gets the president and gets all these, But the meantime, while this guy was shooting everybody,
Okay.
He gets in.
The hero.
The hero gets close to the front of the house.
Okay, he's in the Capitol now.
No, he's on the side. Man, it's still
He's
shooting.
outside
He's
it.
outside by
Okay.
this piece of
He's probably
wall.
standing on the owl.
This wall.
He's probably inside the owl as
in
we
the
speak.
wall area.
Yeah.
And they're still, shooting back and forth.
The wall is probably the wing of the owl.
Right. Well, whatever.
He's on the wing of an owl.
Well, he was sitting there and it started shooting, and
Okay.
one partner got shot. He got blown out.
Yes.
Started shooting all the crazy action in this movie. And it was going, they're taking guns, banging everybody down, and as was long, he gets in. All right?
Oh, good.
So, Anna, we got him in there.
He's in.
He's in.
Good.
Meantime, he's still in. He doesn't have comprehension where the president.
He doesn't know where to go.
The Price House doesn't know anything. And this other guy
Okay.
what's his name?
Zorro.
Was it Washington?
Washington?
Was his name the guy? Black dude's guy's name? I forget.
Denzel Washington?
I don't remember his name. He was a dark guy. I can't think of his name. What he was, but
Talking
he's in
about
the show.
The character's name?
The character show. Yeah, the character's name.
I have no idea.
I
I don't know what the show even is.
I'll show you on my thing. This going on. Well, this author's going on.
Uh-huh.
He's trying to figure out. They all were waiting. Now, and what is this? The president saying this is a holdup.
Oh, so the president's okay now.
Well, they hold. He's
being held
kept-
hostage.
He's hostage in this spot. She
Okay.
had killed almost half of his cabinet.
Okay, the cabinet.
The
yes.
cabinet.
Uh-huh.
They about killed almost
The ones
everyone.
the ones who weren't wearing disguises got killed.
Right.
Okay.
They were shooting and they were shooting at everybody. But what I couldn't understand, what was the problem? What was the attack for? People didn't even know. And they didn't know that the president was alive or yet or not. They didn't know what's going on. But all they heard, all the shooting. So
Okay.
they found out that this guy was in another state, did something sort of wrong, and
He did some illegal things.
illegal things in the other
In
country.
what state? West Virginia?
No. Not in our state.
Delaware?
In their state. Mexico.
Another country?
Country.
Like Lebanon?
Yeah, I think it was Lebanon.
Okay, fine.
I forget. So, but then they come to the conclusion saying, all right, they couldn't figure out, they needed something, and the little boy had it.
Little boy? Who is this?
The little boy is the president's son.
Is it the kid from The Sixth Sense?
Sixth Sense?
Is he the little boy? The I See Dead People?
No.
What was
No.
that actor's name?
No, I don't know.
I can't remember that kid's name.
But we had this thing when the president. Meantime, they had the president. They couldn't connect the son, his son, because they needed him to do something about the rockets.
Wasn't it Haley Joel Osment?
It might have been.
That's the son.
I don't know. Exactly
Haley
the
Joel
name.
Osment is the son.
I don't know what the names were, but the name was. But I was saying was
Okay.
they needed something about they lift rockets off. They took rockets.
Yeah, of course.
They took
So
all the
NASA,
rockets except the last one.
They left one behind.
And that was the one the boy knew or something in them, and they had to do something. So,
Okay.
then there comes more hostages.
Oh, of course.
I'm giving it to the end now.
Okay.
This, come to the end of this is, okay, they got people. Hostages. They all see the hostages going out on the helicopter, taking off.
Yeah.
All right. They think the president's in there,
In the rocket?
in the plane.
Oh.
So, going to the plane. But the hero guy, that, of course, his wife was a nurse in doing all this stuff.
Of course.
I found out.
Sure.
And so,
That probably came in handy, didn't it?
it did.
A lot of people getting hurt.
So, and he's, there was one of our guys was with them,
Oh.
and then made a big problem.
Okay.
So he said to the guy, "Hey, I didn't ask you what his name was."
So
Right away, he knew he was a bad guy.
So it was a traitor guy.
Trade a guy from us people to them. He was doing something because he wanted money, something to do
Okay,
with
got it.
money.
He was the inside guy.
Inside guy in the cabinet.
We've seen this happen before.
Yeah. And so they were going, and he goes, "Okay, who's here? One time, pop." He gets knocked. He gets chopped out with a net.
Oh.
Breaks his neck.
Whoa.
And meantime, the other guy, thinking, he told him, that guy said, "I got the guy." Okay. Now, the head guy that's running the operation.
The guy that got it.
The guy that won is gone.
You're talking about the guy that got in trouble in West Virginia.
No, the guy that took over the White House. The
Yeah.
main man.
I thought you said he got in trouble in Delaware.
No, he was out of the United States. He's out in the other country. I don't know what the name of the country.
Delaware tries to be another country.
I don't know. Well, this was going on.
Okay.
And then he was trying to get the man was organizing the thing, was trying to, okay, we have to figure out. We are going to find, they're trying to say, now we need to find the boy.
Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah. But the hero, the guy is...
Batman.
No, not Batman.
Superman.
No, not Superman.
Hercules.
It's the other guy.
The Rock.
The one guy in the show.
I'm out of heroes, Uncle.
I don't know where that is. No.
Captain America?
He was one of the guys that he knew that was running the house. He was one of the
Newt
government.
Gingrich.
Yeah, well, whatever his name was.
Okay, yeah.
And then he said, okay. He goes around, he finds the boy.
Uh-huh. Yeah, okay.
He finds the boy.
And the boy says, "I see dead people."
I said, what's going on? He don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's a little guy. It's about, let's say, about
3 feet tall. 4 feet tall.
Younger than 1 year back from your son.
Okay.
And
He's
two up from your daughter's age.
Okay.
And here
Small
he
child.
is. He doesn't know what the heck's going on. He said.
Got it.
And so we're going to have to get you, he says, we have to get you outside.
Mhm.
Right, so they...
Too dangerous.
Too dangerous. So he goes up, a clever thing, puts him up there. Meantime, he hears a guy coming down the stairs. He's up the thing, out of the way, hidden. Meantime, the other guy, one of the managers said, stuff going on, back and forth, cracks his neck, ends that. He says, "Hey, continue." And he goes and gets out.
This is a
and
TV show?
And it gets our show, and it gets our, and it gets up, and we get the men, and our soldiers get him. He's out of the place. He's out of there. All right. But there is another thing about they have this option, and in the meantime, he comes out with his name.
He does?
The guy that...
Rumpelstiltskin.
The guy's name that's doing all this shooting. Our good guy that's been in the house.
Oh, the good guy.
Who
is this good guy?
Oh, I got to show you the show.
Rowdy Roddy Piper?
No. and it was going, and it rounds up. Well, they come out, and there was the one before that. They said, okay, they let the lady go, walk out in the front yard. One of the members of the cabinet,
Hillary Clinton.
Well, yeah, you can say that.
Okay.
As she can go out, and then he gets to the front,
Mm-hmm.
They start shooting again,
Oh, sure.
and distracts the guy,
Uh-huh.
and he gets in, and then, meantime, he's talking on the radio
Okay.
with the one president, and him back and forth.
The vice president?
The one that's now president, not.
Oh, Newt Gingrich.
Yeah, we can say Newt Gingrich.
Yeah.
But he going back and forth, and
Okay.
and the thing was going on, and he said, "Hey, we." He sees these hostages going out on the plane.
Yeah.
Do you think one of them are the president? And the guy that was in there saying, "No, I don't think so. I think he's back in the cover hole with him." And he was absolutely correct.
Oh, so you got
Boy,
that
he
one.
was right on it. That, and I forget what the guy's name
was a good
but
guess.
The hero,
Okay.
but the hero goes back
To the Capitol building?
into the front,
Okay.
and sits and sees the guy. They come out, and with the president,
Okay.
and the president. Right now, everybody is shot, and that other lady got out free without getting shot.
Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
whatever her name was,
Mhm.
and was going on. And in the meantime, while this was going on, he was getting ready to fight.
I thought this was the whole time they were doing that.
Oh, they were doing all this. And then the main guy that did it, well, they were fighting back and forth, back and forth. President got hit. He got put to the side. And then we had, them other guys were fighting, and the guy had a knife and went, and ended it. And I said, all right, President, let's go. They walked out. He became a hero.
And that was that then.
That was a show.
Okay.
I had
there
the
we go.
end of that because I know we're going out of time.
Well, we're doing okay.
I didn't think we were, so that's why I did it that short.
Well, it's a fascinating story. It's a timeless story.
Yeah.
It's one for the ages.
Yeah. Can you imagine it can happen? Can you imagine in the Washington, D.C., your White House can be blown?
Yeah, it's
It
possible.
can be because we took the towers blue.
They did.
So, one of these, what do they call them people come down?
The military?
No, the
Terrorists.
Terrorists. That was what I was thinking of. The terrorists. There was this terrorist came in and they did all this.
So would you say that is the point of the movie? Or what is the point of
That
the movie?
was it. That was the point of the movie.
The point is that could happen.
That can happen.
That's what you're telling me.
Mm-hmm. That can
Interesting.
happen. People won't realize. Can they realize that can happen? And here
Okay.
you're, as people are voting for a president, hey, someday they won't be a president or even a White House. And they're our house. That's the people's house. Where you guys vote.
Uncle, have you ever heard this term before? Have you ever heard the term predictive programming?
Predicted program.
Yes. It's this concept that movies and TV shows and media are made with the intent that you set up a situation that occurs that is in real life. See, this with the White House getting blown up, the president, this, that, and the other thing. It sets up the situation so that you get the idea in your head like, oh, this could happen in real life.
And that's from watching a show like that.
Okay.
And at the end of it, it was completely gone.
Okay.
No house. Then they had to rebuild it.
It's a controversial
And
topic.
they started whipping the flag down.
Yeah, of course.
The
they did.
guys, the people were taking and whipping the flag down. I was going to wonder if they were going to put another flag up when I saw that go down.
How long
in
was
the
this?
show.
Just like an hour-long show or something?
It took before I ate. It was old.
How new of a show is this? Is it a newer show?
No. I think it was on.
Like an older thing.
Older show. Yeah.
From like
I can
decades
show
ago?
you what show. One time watching one. I'll show you what show.
So this is just
It was
like a
on
one-time
Reflect.
episode.
It was on the N
Netflix.
Netflix. It was. on Netflix,
so it was
yeah.
from Netflix.
Oh yeah, Netflix. Yeah.
It was a TV series. It wasn't a movie.
No, yeah, Netflix.
So what other episodes are in this series? That's where you go from that. This sounds like it's a movie.
Like Force One was
Air Force One.
something like that, except it wasn't on a plane. It was in the warehouse. It just was a opposite of thing. It was something like that kind of show.
Oh my gosh!
It was that kind of show, but wasn't in, and the president, the vice president was in the house talking to the people on the plane, except it was in the White House, not on the plane. This was just the opposite of kind of show it was.
Oh, sure. Okay.
That's what I was trying to say.
That's probably how they pitched the whole project. Like it's like this other thing, but instead of being on the plane, it's in the White House instead, or it's in the
it's on the ground.
Capitol building.
And all these other people, all the other shooters was more people. There were more people on the ground doing. They had a load of those people. It wasn't just in the air. They were on the ground.
Were these characters terrorists?
Terrorists. All these on the bottom were terrorists.
They were everywhere.
Everywhere.
They're crawling all over D.C.
Yeah, terrorists.
Sounds horrifying.
That was a terrorist operation.
I'm scared. I'm terrorized just hearing this.
I know. Well,
I don't know if I could handle watching it.
Yeah.
Hearing your review of it is better than watching it, I think.
Oh, that was my review.
Okay, there we go. There's a little review of something for you.
Something to...
We don't know what it was, but it was a review of it.
Well,
the thing where Newt Gingrich becomes president, Hillary Clinton is released, and Haley Joel Osment is saved.
No, I think he did play Batman. But it wasn't... It was...
As an actor from one of the Batman movies.
The name of the guy was Washington. His name was Washington.
The actor or the character in
the actor was Washington something.
Is it Denzel Washington?
I think so.
Okay.
But he was black.
It's probably him.
Yeah, that was him.
I'm thinking this is a movie from the 1990s.
Yeah, I think it was.
It seems like it would be.
It was on a Netflix, so...
It seems like it would be a movie from the 90s. I don't know. But it could be from the 2000s. I really don't know. I just know that all I know is that if you look at the Capitol building from the air straight down, the back of it looks like an owl.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh. Get out of it.
I mean, come on now. What's that all about?
Oh. Yeah.
Explain that, Denzel Washington.
Yeah. But in Washington, when he was in, the actor that was in that, he didn't know what to do.
Who was the actor who was a hero? Was that somebody that was familiar? An actor that was familiar? Or was it somebody
It was a hero that was named, but I couldn't think of his name.
Bruce Willis.
No.
Was it like a big actor like that or somebody that you hadn't seen as much?
I haven't seen as much in the acting part of it. But I was looking at the show, and I was guessing at the time, okay, who is going to be the hero of this movie?
It wasn't Nicolas Cage.
No. Then I was thinking, it's this guy that's next to the wall. It was him, the one I thought it was, and it was.
Somebody's got to be the hero.
Yeah. You know how these movies go.
Oh, yeah.
And his wife was a nurse in helping the people in the nurse area.
Got it.
She also... and they also were trying to get he got the phone ear to talk, the hero, was talking to him.
On the radio.
On the radio
got it.
to them, to the ones that were good. All them. And they said, we're not going to do that. And, that's another thing. The big guy, the soldier, the big man, what does all the stuff, said, sit down.
This is a general.
No, this is the step president talking to the general.
Oh.
Sit down. We're going to find out what he knows.
Oh.
And this was and this was going on.
Gosh, this movie's intense.
And it was very. And then the guy said, "We'll do this. Do not, I repeat, do not bring any bombs to this." The guy knew what he was doing. And then when it did go, there goes half the build. Here goes half the White House. Blew up.
It was because of the bomb.
Because
Should've
they
listened to him.
The president, that the soldiers did on the plane.
Oh, so the military was being bad.
Military was doing this.
So perhaps
military blowing up.
Perhaps this is a critique on our military.
Could have been.
Maybe it is.
Because the guy was working in the White House. This guy that was the hero.
I see.
Yeah. But there was a bad guy that was working with the bad guy, one of our guys, saying, "Yeah, this and that," but he did kill him.
Good.
He did
Somebody
kill him
had to do it.
and told him, "You chap, you caught me," and he said that to him, and they tricked
got me.
the head man. Tricked the head man.
Ooh, tricky.
So that was
Gotcha.
That was it.
That's it. Okay, boy, we learned a lot.
Okay. So now what we can talk about?
Well, everybody's going to be rushing out to watch that thing now.
It's in the Netflix, so you can get it.
That one thing on Netflix.
And in Netflix into the thing.
Just pull it up on your Netflix. It'll pop up in your suggested watching because you're listening to Uncle the Podcast after all.
Yeah.
The computer that you're using to watch Netflix knows what Uncle was talking about, and therefore it knows that you're going to want to watch that movie or show or whatever in the world that thing was, so it'll play it for you.
Well,
this
you
is
can watch a show. It's the show. It was about an hour.
Only an hour long. Okay.
Hour to hour and
Boy,
a
that's
half.
an easy watch.
But it wasn't a series.
It was
Definitely
a movie.
no. It was
Okay,
it was a movie.
Yeah, I'm thinking it sounds
Because
like a
a
movie.
series, like the one with the series with that other girl, was a series. One I was talking about, Akita. That was a series.
Okay, that's
Now that's something is different.
okay. Cool.
But this was a show.
All right. Got it.
Okay.
There we
Well,
go.
what do you have to say, Sidekick?
Well, I was entertained by that review. I felt like I was right there watching Netflix the whole time. It's an exciting thought to think about Batman and Newt Gingrich getting in a fight and the White House exploding and all those other things happening. So it's very exciting. So cool. It's a good review. I'm glad we did it.
Yeah. I thought it took some time out.
It took a good chunk of time there. Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good.
What are we on?
Because I have nothing, no notes, Uncle, for tonight's show. I have no topics prepared.
I didn't think you did. That's why I did this one.
That's good. You did a fine job. You really came prepared. I didn't. So I'm glad that you did. I think it worked out for the best. I mean, we had our COVID-19 test story. That was worthwhile. I think people would be interested to hear that.
I sure would like to know about the final thing, to know what it is. And I know we probably won't be because we haven't been out there. But more concerned about you because you were out with your work. Yeah. That's only.
I bet I don't have anything. But if I do, then good. I get to stay home in my room all by myself, and nobody can bother me. I can do what I want in there. But of course, that's not going to happen.
Well,
I doubt it.
That's if you're infected. She can't touch you. You have to go in there, or
I know.
Go in the hospital to be checked out.
I'll have to be
intubated, or whatever that's called.
I hope not. That'd be horrendous.
That's what we're just saying. That's if.
That's what we don't want to have happen.
Yeah,
definitely. Staying home for 2 weeks as an asymptomatic person would be ideal. Being sent to the hospital and intubated, not good.
Completely different.
Very different. Very different.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't want to sound like I'm downplaying the virus and everybody in trouble with it and all that. I'm not. I don't know. It's a weird time, Uncle.
They said, how is going to be the new year going to turn out?
Yeah.
It sure hasn't been lately. It sure looks like it's turning the other way.
Yeah, I know.
Been home more than we've been working. What's this?
I know. Nobody saw this coming, did
No,
they?
this was not coming. People didn't even know this was coming. This was not. This was like it slipped by backside of you and didn't even know it happened.
Surprise. Yeah.
Surprise!
Not a good surprise.
No.
But there are good things happening. I mean, it's not all bad. It isn't. There's some interesting things going on. Boy, I don't know. I've just had a lot going on, and I really don't think it's all bad. But we'll see. Things could get like really strange on the other end of this, and the way that people talk, just kind of insinuating that this is just going to go on forever. Like, oh yeah, it'll be halfway into 2021 and we'll still be doing the same thing. It's like, oh,
what I'm hearing is thinking that
I don't
that life's going to 2021. It's sounding like that.
The thing is, aspects of this surely will, but we cannot be doing it with this level of intensity by then. But I think a lot of weird.
But by then, it may just beginning to get better. At that time,
have been better.
But I mean,
then, yeah.
to get the shots and get all this stuff, the people that has it would be doing that. That by next year, they'll be able to walk out the door.
I do think that they will change behaviors, generally speaking, and that there will be new weird sort of customs set up in place, and like new forms of like germophobia that are institutionalized and things like that. But that's just a schling dinger on the computer keeps dingifying.
Oh.
But I mean, whatever. But things are going to change. But I think all in all, I don't know. It's just really weird. I just wonder how many of the changes will be necessary. I wonder how many of them.
I know there's going to be a few.
Oh yeah.
I mean, at least a few. But we
Definitely.
don't know what the heck we're going to do. I'd be scared to know. Okay, when do we go back? I don't know.
Hopefully soon.
No one knows.
Yeah.
No one knows. How that? If the governor don't know, the people don't know. The president don't know. Goes to the governor, and they don't know. So we're all just him, take it easy, and stay home.
Nobody seems to know a thing.
No, they don't. And in the meantime, they're welkily getting all this stuff together, so when they do got a thing to use for the people, they'll have it. And that's what they're working on now.
I'm told, yes. I'm told that's what's happening.
That's what's happening now.
That's an issue in and of itself, too. That's also a
people that will have it or has it, been tested and had it or has it, okay, we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to do that, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of questions. There's a lot going on with this. I don't even know where to begin with this. I feel like the further down we get, the more we'll be able to understand, but there will be confusion surrounding all this the whole way through.
There was people in the government talking today in the news, and they had people talking, people at home were talking to the governor. Okay, what do we do here? What do we do there?
Oh, did they have a town hall thing or where people were calling in through Skype or something with questions for the governor? They were doing that?
I don't know if it was in the Skype, but it was a call-in, yeah.
They were probably Zooming. They're probably using that Zoom. That's all the rage during this
well, it might
event.
have been Zoomer then. But they had a couple of people talking.
They zoomed on in and asked questions of what? Gavin Newsom?
To know what is the story. And
we talking about the California governor?
Yeah.
Okay, I knew that he was on.
Yeah,
he had a press conference.
The press conference, and when he finished talking, he said, "Okay, all can call in and talk to me about what's going on." And then that's what was going on.
I missed it. I didn't watch it. Yeah,
I was watching some of it in the hall in there. I was listening.
I know. I did hear a piece on the news, and people are getting talking heads are getting all up in arms about states like Georgia wanting to open up. It's too early. They're going to kill their whole population, this, that, and the other thing.
Not until they get either tested either before they get tested, or even if they haven't, they still got to wait anyway for the stuff. But to be tested, they wanted people, the whole states, of all states, to be tested. That's what they're aiming for.
All right, test
Get
away.
everybody get tested.
Okay. Like I said, I didn't mind getting tested. It was all right.
either.
It was okay. It wasn't that big a deal. I'm legitimately interested to see the results, although I'm assuming they're not going to be that exciting. Probably like, no, you don't have it. I'm like, well, okay.
Well,
That's what I'm expecting. But, I might be surprised. They're like, you got it.
You're just sort of hoping because you want this, of course. Oh, I get some time off.
Yeah,
I mean,
wouldn't mind it.
I know.
I wouldn't mind it.
I can understand that. But I wonder how the post people are doing it. And they're constantly, about your old job.
I don't know.
Boy.
Oh, are we talking about the mail?
Mailman. Yeah.
Well, that's another interesting story, too. I am confused because I haven't read enough about it myself. My first understanding of it was that mail volume is down. Therefore, and I'm pretty sure this is the story, that mail volume is down. Therefore, the post office is not bringing in enough money to stay financially afloat, which they have to do. They have to bring in a lot of money to stay
selling mail?
Yeah, they have to bring in a bunch of money. It's a weird operation. So they're not, and therefore they need some sort of financial help. Otherwise, they're going to go under because they're not making enough money.
Again, and probably the governor. I mean,
they'll have to get bailed out, so to speak.
They're probably doing like we got paid. They're probably doing it too.
Yeah, it's in trouble. The post office is in trouble. That's a developing story that will be worthwhile to watch.
Wow.
The post office, the USPS, just generally speaking, is a fascinating subject to me.
Yeah, because you worked it.
That's part of it, yeah. But yeah, that's something to look for and see what the future holds there. I'm very interested to see, so we'll be watching that. Uncle, we're toward the end. Do you want to give any shout-outs before we end the show?
Oh, well, I thought it would be soon.
Yeah, we're getting there.
We, a shout-out to the regulars. We know who we are.
You know.
And especially the sewer men. I don't know what the sewer people are doing now.
Yeah. Well, I'll give a shout-out to regulars, party people.
Party people.
Rod, Denise. Apparently... Rod and Denise, formerly of the Listening Party podcast, have a new podcast. I think it's called, I forget. It's something about stories about living during COVID-19. I can't recall the name of it. I'm going to have to find it.
A story of it?
Yeah, I'm going to have to recall the name of it. I haven't listened to it yet, but shout out to you two.
Oh, I want to hear it too.
We haven't listened to it yet, so shout out and just saying that we need to listen. I've seen it on social media. We need to check that out.
I haven't seen it because he's been watching the shout out, the medias. I have to know what that's about.
Yeah, we do, so that's cool.
To hear.
But yeah, and then shout out to producer Chuck Ocelli, who's not here now,
Chuck
but
Ocelli.
Not with us as we're recording this, but he'll be playing this, premiering this on Friday nights. And next Friday, we'll be back live again on Ocelli.com, 11
next
p.m.
Friday. Quick.
Yep, that's right. And there's our music, Uncle.
Bye-bye. Catch you later.